Why is TikTok such an important topic to talk about right now?
Well, it's important to talk about just because it's one of the biggest social media platforms out there, and it's grown exponentially throughout the years, and it's going to only continue to grow.
What are the primary misconceptions that people have around TikTok as an e-commerce platform?
Well, I would say number one is the demographics. Like if you talk to anybody that's over 30, they always think that TikTok is only for kids, only for teenagers dancing and stuff like that, but it's not really at all. Like if you go on the platform for just a little bit, you'll see that a ton of the people who create content are older, and the algorithm is really good, showing you what you want to see. So if you don't care about the little kids dancing, you'll never see it. Me as an advertiser, I used to sell on TikTok. I realized that like over 90% of the people who bought from me were over 35 years old. That was really eye-opening because that kind of demographic always has a little more money to spend, and that's something that like the big players in the industry are not looking. They're not giving attention to that.
So I think that's what I think people just miss that point when thinking about TikTok and write TikTok off instantly as a viable e-commerce platform. From the thought of course, like the dances are what people see and think of, but I think that will change over time. COVID changed a lot with TikTok itself as a platform, and that ties directly into the e-commerce channel through TikTok. So how did TikTok evolve through COVID?
That's an excellent topic, because like if we go back a little bit, it was in the best way possible a perfect storm for them, because like overnight almost like everybody was at home, everybody was working from home, so like everybody wanted to spend their time doing something that they like, but since they couldn't do hobbies, they couldn't go out, they couldn't meet with friends, they turned to their phones, as we all do.
Right.
And they found TikTok, which was a new thing, and it's to their benefit. It's really addictive to be on TikTok, so a ton of people spend all their time there. So instead of going out surfing or going out to do other hobbies, they would watch their hobbies on TikTok.
Yep.
Which also morphed into e-commerce, because like all that disposable income that they had from not going to restaurants, not going to the movies, not meeting with friends, they wanted to spend on things that they saw on TikTok that was related to their passion. So that's why we saw on 2020 a big spike on e-commerce and TikTok at the same time.
For people who have not listening to this, watching this conversation, if you haven't been on TikTok yet, you need to go. Betting on TikTok as an e-commerce platform, I'm just going to add this in there. I haven't sold on TikTok, but I've sold on multiple other channels. But as a creator on TikTok, TikTok's algorithm is so good at delivering you content that's relevant to what you want to see. And betting on TikTok as an e-commerce platform is betting on that targeted algorithm. In a way, you're betting on TikTok's ability to deliver the right products, in this case, to the right people that want to buy them. And I encourage you, I actually listened to a conversation out in LA from the guy who created the algorithm, and it's very interesting to hear about. All that to say, I'm just adding this as a 2 cents. And if you have not even just been on TikTok as a consumer yet, you should. And I feel like you'll get it pretty quickly. Talking about TikTok as kind of a lifeline for businesses. So I think the assumption here is that not a lot of businesses are on TikTok to deliver products to people yet, but the ones that are, if they do it right, find huge success and perhaps actually carve out TikTok as a primary source of revenue for their products. What, from your experience, what you've seen, what does that look like?
Well, for some people, it's been life-changing. Actually, continuing the topic that we're talking about in the pandemic, a ton of businesses, mom and pop shops, people who had little retail stores, saw that their business crashed because people were not going to the stores, obviously. So they turned to TikTok. They started making content. Like, for example, if a craft store started showing how they did the crafts, they saw that they gained followings on TikTok and then just sold again through e-commerce. And that's how many businesses were able to not only survive the pandemic, but grow as well. And now that they have to pay for offices and stuff like that, they see that their businesses turn profitable. Of course, you'll see stories in like all parts of the spectrum, but for many businesses, it's been, like you said, a lifeline for the business. Also, people who started their businesses because they lost their jobs, they show their skills on TikTok, they gain a following, start selling little cards or something, and they also now they're better off because of the pandemic. So it's been like a blessing in disguise. I say that with a grain of salt because the pandemic has been horrible.
Of course. I'm curious whether you've seen a lot of people start their e-commerce businesses on TikTok, or whether there is perhaps an equal number of people that already had a pre-existing one and brought it into the platform. Anything you've seen there, or is it just a mixed bag?
So you can see all types of cases. So again, people who were selling before, who couldn't do it physically anymore, turned to TikTok, and then that's where they started their e-commerce journey. I saw this particular story of this bartender who lost his job during the pandemic. So he started making videos on TikTok showing how he made drinks, and he had the idea of selling these little cards that would show them like the name of the drink on one side and then in the back the recipe. And he started selling that through Amazon, and now he's making over $100,000 a year from passion. So
Wow.
Yeah, you see people from before, after, like in the middle, everything.
Let's talk about the actual like grabbing of attention for e-commerce on TikTok itself from the perspective of overall cost, relative ease of getting that. I think we've defined that as pretty like relatively easier than not to get attention on TikTok. But what does that look like?
A couple of years ago, me and my roommate at the time were like, well, TikTok's like seems like everybody's being famous on TikTok. Like, why don't we do it, right? So we just started making silly videos, but we were consistent. So every day we would upload at least one video. And within 2 weeks, we had a video with 2 million views, this other one with 600,000 views. And we weren't providing any value. So you can imagine that people who have skills and actually provide value to their audience, those people can grow really quickly. I started to advertise on TikTok, and I saw, compared to other platforms like Facebook and Google, getting a ton of attention, thousands and hundreds of thousands of views was a fraction of the price, because again, the big players are not there yet. And you get a ton of attention really quickly, really cheaply, compared to all other platforms that are out there at the moment.
We see this happen with platforms. Like when a platform gains popularity and competition isn't there, it's relatively cheaper. And then when people start to notice, it gets more and more expensive to advertise on the platform. Yep. Fortunately, TikTok has that good mixture of organic traffic as well as advertising. And I think that gives people, sellers specifically, a lot to work with to sell products successfully. There's a lot of opportunity. How does this tie into Amazon?
TikTok's motto is, you don't make ads, you make TikToks. You can see that trend with people who are not really sellers on Amazon, but buy like curious gadgets on Amazon, and they show them on TikTok. They put their affiliate link there, and then they get a commission off of the sales that people get on Amazon. And those videos have millions and millions of views consistently. So you can imagine that Amazon is taking a note of that. And now with their Fire TV, they have an exclusive deal with TikTok that there's a channel that's only for TikTok. So you are able to scroll
really
on your Amazon TV. Yeah, on Amazon Fire TV.
This is the first time I'm hearing of this. So it's on Fire TV right now. Do you think that's kind of a testing zone for them to see, like exclusively on Fire TV? Do you think they'll bring that over to Amazon.com?
So I think the possibilities are endless, really, because like at their core, Amazon wants to sell a lot, and TikTok is proven to be a great place to get attention and sell stuff. So, for example, one popular trend that we're seeing is that maybe they want to try to have QR codes for the products that influencers are showing on the TikTok itself. So if you're scrolling through TikTok on your Fire TV, and then you see an influencer show a lipstick or some shoes or whatever, then there's a QR code there that you can just put out your phone and stick to Amazon your phone, just buy it. Or maybe tell Alexa to buy it. I don't know.
Both.
Yeah. And I don't know. I feel like moving it to Amazon.com, I'm not sure, but again, they're way smarter than me. So they might do it in a sneaky way, maybe on Amazon Prime before the movies or while things download. I don't know, the possibilities are endless, and I truly can't wait to see what they do with it.
What would you say are the main takeaways people need to take with them from this conversation moving forward, having to do with TikTok and e-commerce?
On a personal level, just try it out. Go in there. At the beginning, the algorithm doesn't know you, so it's gonna throw you a lot of generic content, but little by little, it's gonna start to know you, and it's gonna show you things that you really like. And like once you take notes, it's gonna be 3 a.m. and you're gonna be there for like hours. Yeah, on a business level, again, give it a try. If you have a big business or a small business, try it out, because you will probably be surprised.
Christian, thank you so much for sharing with us. I really do look forward to more conversations having to do about TikTok and e-commerce. So thank you.
Yeah, me too. And thank you for having me.